Natural classification of costs. Direct material. Direct material refers to the cost of materials which become a major part of the finished product. Direct labor. Direct labor is defined as the labor associated with workers who are engaged in the production process. Direct expenses. The expenditure incurred other than direct material and direct labor on a specific job or product are included in direct expenses. These are also called chargeable expenses. Factory overheads. These are also called manufacturing costs. These include the costs of indirect materials, cutting oil, lubricants, etc., indirect labor, foremen, clerks, etc., and indirect expenses. Distribution and administration overheads. Distribution overheads are also called marketing or selling overheads. Prime cost equals direct material plus direct labor plus direct expenses. Factory overhead equals indirect material plus indirect labor plus indirect expenses. Factory cost equals prime cost plus factory overhead. Total cost equals factory cost plus distribution and admin overhead. Classification based on activity or volume. Fixed costs. Fixed costs are those business costs that are not directly related to the level of production or output. In other words, even if the business has a zero output or high output, the level of fixed costs will remain broadly the same. Examples of fixed costs: rent and rates, depreciation, research and development, marketing costs, non-revenue related, administration costs, variable costs. Variable costs are those costs which vary directly with the level of output. They represent payment output related inputs such as raw materials, direct labor, fuel, and revenue related costs such as commission. Classification based on traceability to the product. Direct cost. Direct costs are those costs that can be easily and accurately traced to a cost object. Indirect cost. Indirect costs are those costs that cannot be easily and accurately traced to a cost object. Classification based on analytical and decision making. Opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is defined as the benefits lost by rejecting the best competing alternative to the one chosen. The benefits lost is usually the net earning or profits that might have been earned from the rejected alternative. Controllable cost. These costs are regulated or controlled by a specified member of an organization. Most of the variable costs are controllable. Generally, direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses are controlled by the lower level of the management. Uncontrollable cost. These costs cannot be regulated or controlled by a specified member of an undertaking. Most of the fixed costs are uncontrollable. Example of uncontrollable costs are factory rent,